Hello everyone, welcome to our relationship class. Today, we'll discuss how to strengthen emotions at work and study. When Liu-Fai gifted her that ring, one person taught me a lesson. Never mix ordinary rings with the fate of fighter jets. Liu-Fai was now like a lost gorilla, clueless about Pearl Harbor's location and Hawaii's link to the USA. As a complainer, it meant they become scattered lovers. The front was in love desert, so Han opposed Liu-Fai going to war. As a consequence, the two sides ended up in a fierce quarrel, and Liu-Fai, having just dashed out a dozen meters or so, came right back again. What a tenacious young man he is. Separation isn't the end, but a prelude to a better reunion. The front line is a love roller coaster, with a recruit dwelling amid bullets. Soldiers hesitated, reluctant to take the task when Liu-Fai reappeared, believing opportunities must be seized. But Lady Luck isn't generous. The front lines were buzzing with gunfire, painting their faces red. During her letter delivery, Liu-Fai unfortunately won the lottery, hit by a cannonball. That's one way to win big. The two looked out for each other, carrying their lucky star, and snatched back a life amidst gunfire. Fate always surprises us like that. After the war, they both hit the jackpot. Gray bought a farm with his prize money, while Liu-Fai got herself an oil drilling. Time flies, and the Liu-Fai has matured beyond recognition, while Ye and Hannah have been married for many years now. But in the vast plains of Texas, she still hadn't struck her golden opportunity, always recalling her father's words. The poor can never turn the tables, though dreams clash with reality. Liu-Fai persists. In her dictionary, give up doesn't exist, especially with a wife backing her unconditionally. Her wife never nitpicked about their life, but encouraged her to carve out time for the kids, while watching their eldest son play outside. Watching the son play alone, Liu-Fai felt incredibly guilty, so she actively stepped outside to play catch. The son was ecstatic, hoping his dad would teach him how to pitch, while Liu-Fai recalled the word expert, even though her face had gained a few wrinkles. But her old skills were still top-notch. She spent her savings that same day hiring a crazy expert. She was all in for her dreams, because destiny won't let down anyone who chases their dreams with all their might. Of course, she can't let night haze dim stars' depth, just as we can't let dullness extinguish our dreams. With the expert's help, they struck oil and immediately shared the good news with their family, not forgetting to share the joy with Gray. Their lives were filled with highs and lows, and they had become indispensable to each other. But before they could celebrate, the former farm owner came to slap. Unexpectedly, the farm owner began to file a lawsuit, claiming the land deal didn't include the oil beneath it. What a twist. The Liu-Fai had previous success on her side, so she didn't flinch at all because she had a professional lawyer to handle everything. On the court day, the dark horse lawyer was black, an upset in that ear. Everyone thought Liu-Fai was going to lay down and win, while the other side was stripped with discrimination and disdain. Hank ignored it, turning to Liu-Fai to ask when she'd end the war, then got his materials ready. The judge mentioned the law's limit is 2 years, so I do love to hear what you understand about it. Why would you let this happen? Oh my, I'm a divorce lawyer. Hank quickly solved the issue with just one line, making Liu-Fai see him in a new light and decide to invite him as her private lawyer at a high price. With a professional team backing her, Liu-Fai's oil empire was finally on the road, and her ambition grew larger by the day. She might even be away 1.5 years to convince the farmer to buy the land, while kids' bond with dad faded. The kids, lacking paternal love, jumped right into non-work mode, immediately spending any money they got to. Faced with his wife's complaints, Liu-Fai felt helpless, as she was to acquire a nearly bankrupt oil refinery. This way, she could control both ends of the market and snag more profits. The next day, she began negotiations with the other party, and Liu-Fai's negotiation style truly left everyone speechless. She wasn't humble or kind, but high and mighty, unsurprisingly repelling the other party. Even though the boss had no other buyers, he deliberately made things difficult for Liu-Fai, telling her to wait slowly. Due to her flourishing career, Liu-Fai was willing to entertain any opposing voices. This setback was a lesson for her. She could only wait with Hank at the hotel, and they waited for 10 days, half a month, even through Christmas, without signing a contract. Hank could no longer hold back and urged Liu-Fai, saying at least go home and be with family on Christmas. But Liu-Fai insisted on waiting, thinking to herself, once my ship sails, it'll be back for sure. On the path to achieving dreams, there are always numerous obstacles, yet they only serve to hinder the weak-willed. Those who harbor dreams will never give up. The UFI didn't expect to change the next day. Turns out the boss had already signed the contract. UFI was puzzled as to why it was signed on Christmas, soon after her achievements hit the newspapers. She has successfully made her way into the ranks of billionaires, yet upon quietly looking back, she found that there was not a single person there to share this moment with her. At that moment, the bad news about her friend brought her back to reality. Hank got into an accident on his way home, facing life or death situation. Her regrets surged forth like a powerful tidal wave, relentlessly crashing against her mind as she gazed at Hank lying unconscious on the hospital bed. The UFI spent her life chasing fame and fortune, only to lose something far more precious until she flipped through the medical records and realized she could save him. After a period of unconsciousness, Hank finally opened his eyes and saw the UFI, unaware that she gave him one of her subtitles. An extremely excited Hank asked UFI, "What does it feel like to be a billionaire?" If you love our story, please hit subscribe. Your subscriptions are the best encouragement we can receive.